Okay, here's something I want to show you. I just cut a seal on the cylinder. Okay, and this, I want to show you what to look for. You see this here? That's part of the seal that got cut when I hit that on there. And I want to show you why. I mean, in the past, I've had guys working for me that, they don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. This could be deadly to you. You got to have the mechanic, you have to pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, that will cost you a customer right there. So what I did, and I'm aware of it, I'm going to show you there's some more pieces there. This thing's got a fairly sharp edge on it. I went to put that on, and you can see where it cut it in there. It's something you have to watch out for because it will leak, and it may not leak. You can see what it did. It tore it all off because this edge is pretty sharp. Okay, so you really want to watch that when you knock these on there. And this one's got the stifter in it, so I'm going to show you how to stop that. I should have put it on the lathe. I know better, okay, but it can happen to anybody if you're not paying attention. You need to, when you put these on, you need to look at that. So a lot of times I'll put this on the lathe here, and I'll roll this a little bit. As you can see, it's not totally sharp, but it's enough that it just cut it. So let me throw this on the lathe, and I'll bring the camera over there and show you what I do to stop that. But if you were to put that on, and then maybe if you tested it, the leak wouldn't have shown up right away, you put it out, you'd be getting a phone call and they'd be all pissed off. So you really want to watch that. And if you have guys working for you, you need to jump their ass and show them about that. And like I said, I've had customers all pissed off. You have 3 or 4 guys doing this stuff, and they're doing a sloppy job. It reflects on you, and you're going to have to answer for it. So that, like I said, a lot of people don't pay attention. And you need to get that corrected immediately. People make mistakes. I just made one right there, but I saw it, and I'm going to correct it now. So I'm showing this video. But I'll show you a simple way to do it. Okay, just hold on. I'll bring the camera over in a minute. Let me get set up for a second to stop that problem. Okay, I take a soft pad. Let me get hooked up here. But that's a good way to lose a customer. You do that once, okay, it might go. Happens again to the same customer, you're done. Okay, that's why we test them, but hard to say if that would have shown up on the test. Okay, and it's just, it's a $100 cylinder, $150 cylinder, and that's what's going to happen. So, let me bring the camera over here. And if you don't have a lathe, you can try to do this on with a, you can try rolling it. The lathe really makes it nice to do it. Let me get that in here where you can kind of see. Okay, let's get in there. And then basically, I'm just going to use a soft pad on a cordless grinder. You don't, you got to be careful when you're doing it. Kind of roll it. Okay, so what that's going to do, it's going to help that seal go over it. There's no sharp edges. Okay, just a little tip, and be careful. Don't run the blade up here, then you're going to cause a leak. Okay, it's going to hit your seal, so be very careful. And if you don't have a lathe, you can try to do it on a bench grinder. It's possible you could do it that way, but if you're going to be in this business, get yourself a lathe. You need one. Polishing things, whatever. You need to, you know, ideally, if you can learn how to machine, if you're going to do hydraulic repair, you need to know how to thread rods, and you need some basic machining. You need to know manual equipment. So I just want to give you that little tip there, that you can kind of see now. Now, when I put that seal on, it's going to ramp over that. Okay, so that's how you solve that problem.